if someone's got more goods and services than someone else, it's because they took more from this magical horn of plenty. And I'm like, guys, there's no magical horn of plenty. There's no cornucopia. It's actually goods and services come from people working collectively, doing a lot of hard work to produce the goods and services that you like, and that you need.
But we've become very accustomed to these things happening overseas.
I mean, America is still the second biggest manufacturer in the world, so it's not. I mean, we still make a lot of stuff, but we could make more. We probably should make more. I think we should value manufacturing a lot more in the United States than we currently do.
Well, it'd be very nice if we were completely self-sufficient. Like medicine, like there's a bunch of different things that get manufactured overseas. It was a huge problem during COVID because all the shipping was shut down.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to say like so. There's a lot of merit to the economics of comparative advantage. So, if you're completely self-sufficient, what that means is that you make all the stuff yourself, and even if some other country is really good at making something, you still make it yourself, and which means you're going to have the inferior, more costly product domestically.
Right. Like Soviet Russia.
Yeah. Trade improves prosperity. This is important. So you don't actually want to make everything yourself. And you can run this, like, you can think of this thought experiment on a micro scale or small scale, and then expand that and say, at what point does the thought experiment no longer prove to be valid? Now let's consider the case of you as an individual. Imagine you had to do everything yourself. You had to farm, you had to grow chickens, if you want eggs, you've got to build your own house, you've got to do your own electrical repair, your own plumbing, everything yourself, everything. Now that would be impossible. Okay, now let's expand it to, there's 10 people. Now you're going to have some specialization of tasks. Okay, well, maybe one person can be really good at, construction, another person can be good at farming. It's like, but it's still, 10 people is not enough. So let's go to 100 people. Now let's go to 100 million people. Now let's go to 1 billion people. And you still get the economics of specialization, like specialization of labor, where people become expert at particular things, still matters at 1 billion people, or at 8 billion people, which is Earth. So you still want, you do want specialization of labor. You do want countries to be really good at a particular thing and make that thing.
Also, it encourages innovation if you have competition. If the Germans are making better cars, we have to make better cars. We have to compete with them, which is like one of the things that happened during like the 80s and 90s, and America was making crap cars and Germany was making much better ones.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, the Japanese car, basically the American car industry got really lazy in the 70s and 80s, and then the Japanese and German car companies came in and just cleaned the clock, And there was like an old joke from that is kind of telling. It's a very old joke where it's like, why did the Japanese car companies beat the American car companies? It's like, in the Japanese car company, you had 8 people rowing and 1 person steering. And in the American car company, you had 8 people steering and 1 person rowing, if this was a boat. So imagine a boat race.
Yeah.
Boat race, Japanese boat, you've got 8 people rowing, 1 person steering. In the American boat, you got 1 person rowing and 8 people steering. And when the American car company loses the race, they fire the rower. And it's like, okay, that was actually kind of true.
Yeah, one of the things,
everyone wants to be the boss, and not everyone wants to do the work, type of thing.
Yeah. One thing that a lot of people are concerned about is the potential disruption that's going to come about with automation and AI. That a lot of these jobs, manufacturing jobs, Teamsters, all that stuff, is going to be eliminated. What do you, you're at the forefront of this. So how do you see this playing out, and what do you think that can be done to mitigate a lot of the loss of purpose that a lot of people are going to feel, loss of income? Obviously, universal basic income is being floated about, but that seems to me to only be part of the problem. Another big part of the problem is people losing a sense of purpose.
Yeah, no, we're talking about something which is still pretty far in the future.
How far do you think it is?
Well, it's probably, 15, 20 years type of thing. So we've got like immediate issues. We've got short-term issues that are, I don't know, 1 to 3 years. Medium-term issues like 5 to 10 years. Longer-term issues which are like maybe 20 years. Longer term, I think there is this question: if you have AI and robotics, how do you find meaning in life? If the computer can do everything better than you can, and the robot can do everything better than you can, but we've got a long way to go before that, and and I do think it's like 80% likely to be a good outcome, like maybe 90. So I think everyone's going to have their own like personal robot, and I think at a certain point, like, wouldn't you want to have your own personal C-3PO R2-D2?
So it's going to be
That would be
essentially
cool.
just like everyone has their own phone.
Yeah, everyone will have their own robot buddy, like literally.
Well, it would be great if it protected you.